Hi, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Marley G, back at you on another episode of Running With You. And today we got to run about the dating landscape when it comes to women and rejection. See, women can't take rejection. Before women take rejection, they'll just remove themselves. They just don't want that. They don't want that attacking their self ego. If you look at the pop the balloon episodes, a lot of the women they'll pop the balloon of a guy that they were interested in, but if they feel like he's gonna pop on her, just the slightest feeling that he's gonna pop on her, they'll just self-sabotage and just pop on themselves. It's almost like when a person knows a rumor. It's almost like when a person knows some bad news is about to drop on them, but before you know the public can you know get it, they'll go ahead on and just announce it themselves. That way it's like it softens up the wounds. I'm gonna put this bad news out about myself before y'all just hear about it. Or if it's some type of joke going around or about them, they gonna say the joke about themselves. So the blow be less uh hurtful and impactful to them when people hear about it, because nobody can walk up to you saying, "Oh, I heard about you. You already put it out there on Front Street yourself." So it's kind of like a damage control, this defense mechanism. Um, when you dating a woman, especially if she's attractive, it's one thing to, you know, kind of hold your composure and not just uh feed into her ego and give her overstimulation of just never ending validation. But it's another thing to, almost treat her as if she just another chick. She just ain't that special as she thinks she is. Because a lot of women have main character syndrome, and a lot of women believe that they are the Beyonce of their family. They are the Beyonce of their office. They are the Beyonce of whatever company they work for, whatever class that they're in. Um, you know, at least the ones with high ego are, very attractive. Um, so it's almost like when they get rejected, they can't believe it, you know. And in some cases, that could be a turn on. If you have a female come to your house and you try absolutely nothing with her, as far as anything sexually go, that could be a turn on. But after a while, she's gonna start feeling like you're not attracted to her. After a while, she's gonna feel like she's silently getting curved because you're not making a move. So before you know they just hear anything that they don't want to hear, they'll just exit stage left and remove themselves. Like some girls go ghost on you not because you did something, to turn them off, but it's because you didn't do something to make them feel like you hold interest in them. It's a lot of mind games when it comes to female, like the psychological warfare that men and women play off each other is kind of fascinating. It, it's just a heavily well balanced thing that you must fight. You can't pull too much in, you can't pull too much out. You can't give too much in, you can't give too much out. Like it just it's a whole lot of brain wrestling, you know. But when it comes to female, they very competitive. When it comes to female, they have a very high sense of self-worth. When it comes to female, all of them are damn near narcissists. And it's crazy because like that's one of the trendy words that they like to label men. all men are narcissists, even though they use it out of context awfully a lot. But when it comes to relationships, if you dump a female before she could dump you, oh, she don't like that. She will fight. She will scrape. She will claw, new tooth and nail to stay with you, just to break up with you before you break up with her. If she feel it coming, or if you mention it, or if you actually did it. But if she got back with you and then now she break it off, that first time that you canceled it, it don't count because y'all got back together. So in her eyes, if she break up with you and then y'all don't never get back together, in her eyes, she broke up with you before you broke up with her. And that's how the female mind works. That is how the female mind works. When it comes to getting rejected, when it comes to ending relationships, divorcing out of marriage, women, they usually always initiate that. A man will usually stay in a relationship. A man will usually stay in a marriage because one is cheaper to keep them. You got to be doing some very foul stuff for a man to tell you kick rocks. But these days, a lot of men are, seeing things for what it really is. A lot of men having more options with the internet and things like that. At least men who are competent, at least men who have options, men who are, have an ability to attract other women. A woman don't like that. Like, they feel like you got the one up on them. And one thing about a woman, they do not like having someone with the one up on them. They hate it. They very vengeful. They very spiteful. They very petty. So it's almost like if you got the one up on them, they'll make it their life. They'll make it like a life quest or life goal to get back at that person. One thing about a woman, she always won't get back. And sometimes she'll get back whether you know it or not, but at least she got it and she know it in her heart. It's almost like cheating on a dude, but the whole time she's seeming like she's faithful. But she out here cheating just like how you cheating. It's just she's not getting caught. Because women, in my opinion, are better cheaters than men for a lot of different reasons. But, in her mind, she got the one up on you. In her mind, she got her get back. In her mind, she got her lick back. In her mind, they going lick for lick. You be petty? Okay, let's have a petty party. You want to be funny? Okay, I'm going to be hilarious. It's a tit for tat mindset. When it comes to getting rejected, cancel out on a date that a female really wanted to go on. Stand a woman up. Ghost a woman. Flake on a woman. Oh, she gonna let you have it. Or she's gonna block you. That's how mad they'll get. Like, how dare you stand me up? Even though they do it to multiple men all the time. See, men, we develop a coat. We develop almost like a armor, because we didn't got rejected so many times. We didn't got stood up so many times. We already just know the feeling. It's just the way of the world for us. It's just the way of life for us, because if you shooting a lot of shots, you ain't gonna hit all of them. So the ones we don't hit, we develop a sense of, shake off. We develop a sense of, it is what it is. It's a part of the game. But when a woman, they can't take that, especially a fine woman. Like, the only time I could say they really like a fall in line when it comes to that is if it's an exceptional man. Like if it's a Drake. Like if they get curved by Drake, it's almost like, okay, whatever, that's Drake. But if Sam that you went to school with curve you, he was looking good in the club, he got his shit together. If he curve you, oh boy. And it's almost like they'll just be throwing the pussy at him, because men and women, we look at things totally different. If she get cracked by him, she can at least say, well, he still wanted me. I got that. But in reality, he ain't have to show no commitment. In reality, he got what he wanted, nothing more, nothing less. And in reality, he probably just did it just because you were just probably convenient at the time. If you went on his radar, you keep coming back. He like, well, shit, I ain't doing nothing tonight. Let me go ahead on and see what's up with her. She been on my body. So in reality, she thinking she won, but in reality, he won. But that feed into her validation. That feed into her ego. And you can't tell her no different. And a lot of people, dog, when it comes to beliefs and stances, no matter what the logical thinking of it is, people reality is what they perceive it. People reality is what their experiences are. If you went on a vacation to the DR and you had a nice ass time, your reality of the DR is good. But if you went to DR on vacation and you had a horrible time, like the food was bad, the culture was bad, the people were bad, your perception and your reality of DR is not going to be good, just because that one experience you had. And that's just the way life is with people. If a woman come and get your number, women rarely holler at men. So if a woman do take the time and holler at you and get your number, if you don't never call her, oh boy, she gonna be wondering what's wrong. A woman will really get to thinking they not attractive no more, and they'll be looking attractive. Why you be thinking a lot of these models be skinny, and be thinking that they fat? Like the psychological mind of a woman and the way she perceive things and the way she feel on things is strong. It is strong. Women, if y'all listening to this video and y'all gonna test anything I'm saying, go ahead on and feel free to write down in the comment that you feel like you agree, or if you disagree, go ahead on and go ahead on and write what you disagree with. If you like the video, go ahead on and like. If you're not subscribed, what you're waiting for, go ahead on and subscribe. I'm gonna try to have these videos come out once a day. If you have anything that you want me to react to, go ahead on and send it to my email, nocapnofilter7@gmail.com. If you have anything that you want me to speak on, go ahead on and let me know in the email, nocapnofilter7@gmail.com. Until next time, I'm out.